This way, KZN government is launching its festive season safety campaign. It comes amid rising crime rates and infrastructure challenges that affect service delivery. In recent weeks, the police have had their hands full with cash-in transit heists. Dasen Thathiah joins us now with the latest. Dasen, and a very warm good morning to you. What do you have for us?
Well, firstly, the weather, hopefully these are showers of blessings that are coming now just as this event is about to start. So we are here off to a corner near the display that has been put up by the SAPS. This is part of the province's launch of the Safer Festive Season campaign. So what that effectively means is generally during this part of the year, as the province anticipates that there'll be more people coming into the city, into Durban and other parts of the province as well, that they now need to amplify their efforts and make sure that those visitors that come in are safe, but not just the visitors, but also those that are in the province, because it is normally a very busy period. I want to now bring in the Provincial Commissioner in KwaZulu-Natal, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Firstly, apologies for making you stand out here in the rain, General, but I think let's just start by taking a step back before this festive season launch. It has been a particularly busy period in KwaZulu-Natal when we look at the issues of crime, but equally a busy period for the efforts that have been made by the SAPS in fighting that crime. What is the kind of context that we are entering the festive season with in terms of the crime situation?
Yeah, we know this time of the year we expect a lot of robberies to take place, and when people want to cash up and divide their savings for a year, and the criminals want to take advantage of that. So that's what is expected. We're expecting quite a lot of people to come down to the province to spend their hard-earned money and just to get some rest. We know Durban is where the cruise, the famous cruise of MSC Cruise, people are boarding. And there's quite a number of people that comes down for that purpose. And there's a lot of other parties that are taking place in and around province. So we've got the Drakensberg side where tourism is quite big. We've got the northern side in our game farms where tourism is quite big, other than the ocean. But other than that, there's quite a number of residents of this province that are working in the northern provinces, Gauteng, Northwest, in the mines. They tend to come down to visit their families during this time of the year. And as they come down, there's a lot of activities taking place, functions, weddings, and some garages at times that will have happened in the hostels where they stay. And they come down here and they continue those fights. So we expect a mix of things, celebrations and some violence and some criminality.
And to be fair, it's not just during this period that we find that the crime levels spike. Residents that are in KZN generally in some parts of the province and in some parts of the city are under siege. I mean, we've been seeing in parts of the northern townships as well where crime rates have spiked. But equally, police have also responded.
Yeah, we try our level best. I must just give thanks to the members. They are really working hard. We've even lost some of them. They're constantly under attack. I mean, yesterday we still had incidents also of attack to the police. Members get involved in accidents while pursuing criminals, and they work tirelessly. And they put extra hours, even if we don't pay them overtime, but they're always available. And we take courage on that as management. We want to encourage them to do more, and we plead with society out there to support our members, because what they are doing, they're putting their lives in harm's way to protect them.
The views have been polarized. Some have been saying that KwaZulu-Natal police have become heavy-handed and they're going out and they are basically making sure that criminals are shot dead. Others are praising you and your team for taking this approach. What has changed in the past few weeks? I think at my count is probably close to 20 suspects that have been killed.
I'm sure South Africans know by now that KZN, ordinarily people in this province, they're quite aggressive in nature. And so the criminals that you have, they are very violent, and they don't negotiate. So if it's time for them to fight, they fight. So we're constantly in the battle in the province when we deal with criminals. But of late, what we've noticed is that, especially in the Tegwini and King Kajwa district, the youngsters that are involved in criminality, in Nanda, for instance, we're talking about the West Gang, and we're looking at a person who's as old as 19 years old to be the gang leader. So those are youngsters. parents have really lost control over their kids. Other government departments that's supposed to play their part, they've really completely lost control over them, and they take it to the street. So when they end up in the street, it's only the police that must stop them. So as we go about their pursuit to enforce the law and prevent them from committing crime, they fight. So in a war, someone is going to be hurt. So it's been fortunate that majority of those that have been hurt has been the criminals as compared to the police. So it cannot be that it's only the police that is winning the battle and the criminals are not. So we've had our members injured, members that have been admitted in hospital and they've been discharged. We've got a member that has lost an eye due to these fights and he's got now a permanent disabled. We've lost some of our members through these fights. So we are in a real war, and we're going to continue applying our tactics in order to be able to survive. Otherwise, if you go the silver platter to these youngsters, they just don't want to hear. They'll kill you. So it's either you stay strong and you apply tactics, and if it so happens that they grab that firearm and it takes a second for a person to lift up the gun and shoot you. So the moment the person grabs that firearm, and it needs to be gone. The way you apply Section 49 in the self-defense and defending others, it's a matter of a second.
Just the last one, General, very quickly. Would you say with all of these suspects that have been taken off the streets in the past few months, are those gangs that have been targeting people? And I say this because the festive season is coming and we are going to have more people and more possible targets. Are those gangs, have they been neutralized, the ones that have been committing these robberies?
Yeah, look, there's still a lot of them that we've arrested. Up to yesterday, we've arrested one of the gangs at Kwamashu. He didn't shoot at the police, so we didn't have to shoot him. We arrested him with illegal firearms. So we do that. We arrest them if they're not fighting with us. But if they start a fight, it then becomes something else. The sad part is that up to last night, we ran an operation in a prison where we recover quite a lot of illicit goods inside correctional facilities. We know quite a number of criminal activities that are organized behind bars. And that's what pains us because of the democratic life that the prisoners are enjoying behind bars that allows them to have visitors, and then they literally task those visitors to go and neutralize their competitors out there. And that becomes difficult for us. No matter what systems you put in place, you're going to find those loopholes that the criminal syndicates are going to capitalize on. So here at eThekwini in the main, the shooting has mainly been happening in and around the west side of eThekwini, which is almost in the area where we're at, Maran Hill and the Maran Hill policing area. That's where majority of the shooting took place. Quite a number of criminals died as a result. And we also have a lot of incidents then in the northern side, which is in Nand and the surroundings, where a lot of shooting incident has been taking place.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. As the Provincial Commissioner of the SAPS in KwaZulu-Natal, the official program here is expected to get underway shortly. We will be hearing from the Premier in the province of KwaZulu-Natal as well as the MEC for Community Safety, with the opening remarks by the Mayor of Durban.